If any of my journalism colleagues still have the nerve to deny the facts I mentioned in the previous article, they will leave me no alternative but to appeal to the tribunal of readers, referring them to the website so they can see with their own eyes the obscene symbiosis between the Colombian narco-guerrilla and the PT farce that governs us. The address is America Libre, the journalistic version of the Foro de Sao Paulo, founded by Guess Who, Free Beto, and today directed by, guess again, Amir Sater. The magazine openly preaches revolutionary war, the implantation of communism throughout Latin America. Its most recent editorial proclaims, September 11th of the peoples will be, for the America Libre fraternity, a commitment of honor. It will be a meeting with dreams and desire. From the first to the last page, the thing drips blood and hatred, mixed with the old self-justifying rhetoric that makes communist genocide an apotheosis of love for humanity, condemning as fascist anyone who sees anything bad in it. At the table of its editorial council, who sits next to the leader of the FARC, Commander Manuel Mirolanda Velez, the infamous Tyro Fijo? None other than Mr. Lula's chief of staff, Gilberto Carvalho. Also there is Congressman Greenhalgh, the one who promises to eliminate crime by disarming the victims, but who has never proposed disarming a single terrorist, kidnapper, or drug trafficker who seemed politically handsome to him. If this is not promiscuity, if this is not complicity behind the scenes between our government and organized crime, if this is not a very dirty scheme, then tell me what it is, because my imagination has limits. There are also Dr. Leonardo Boff, the composer Chico Barque de Holanda, the Guatemalan indigenous Rigoberta Menchú, the one who grabbed a Nobel Prize by means of the most notorious literary fraud of the century, and the ineffable Professor Antonio Candido, in whose soul one would not say there is a single drop of socialist truculence, because after all he writes in that very neat, very stiff style that many consider the height of good taste, but in which I can only see the charm and elegance of a worm in a tailcoat. But these and other standard stars of the leftist beautiful people are only the ornament, the cherry on top of the cake whose base is made up, according to the latest counts, of the flesh of 100 million human beings. They serve no purpose except to beautify the product in the eyes of those foolish enough to admire them. Significant, yes, is the presence of Lula's right, or left, arm in this editorial contraption. Who can trust a government that boasts about combating drug trafficking just because it keeps Mr. Fernandinho Barramar and his lawyer in prison, while at the same time, through one of its highest officials as well as its most illustrious spokesperson in the federal chamber, supports journalistic campaigns in favor of the biggest cocaine suppliers to Brazil? Even less trustworthy, however, is the media when it suppresses the disclosure of facts that, if known by the public, would have made Lula's 2001 election impossible and unmasked, at the same time, his three facade competitors, accomplices of the vilest electoral lie of all time. It is no wonder that Brazilian journalism is today recognized internationally as one of the worst in the world. Those responsible for this state of affairs feed on the money of readers, advertisers, and shareholders, but it would be fairer if they sent the bill for their services monthly to the Foro de Sao Paulo, which does not have the problems of an ordinary journalistic company because, in case of trouble, it can count on the unlimited funds of drug trafficking and kidnappings. What I wonder is whether these journalists have transcended mere professional ethics altogether, despising it as bourgeois superfluity and adopting instead the revolutionary ethics according to which, in the words of Bertolt Brecht, lies are as good as the truth, as long as they serve the cause of socialism.